Hello fiction fans, T.H. Leatherman here. Today we're going to discuss how to write a climax for your story. As a lot of you that follow me know, I'm really big on puns and one-liners. That said, I have a lot of teens and kids who watch my videos. I'm not going to point out a lot of the jokes, but if you find any puns or one-liners or double or triple entendres in here, yes, they are intended. So in a story, there is a reader and there is a writer. And it's the writer's job to make sure that it is a pleasurable experience for the reader, to build up the dramatic tension of the story. The climax should release that tension. Writers, you need to realize this is not a race. Take your time. Build the tension over time. And when you finally get to that point where it's time for the climax, it'll be that much more satisfying. Now, every story only has one climax, but if you do it well enough, one is enough. Rule number 1 of writing an effective climax: keep them guessing. Did he do it? Did he not do it? How did he get to that point? Will the main character survive? Will the secondary character survive? Will the hero save that secondary character? These are all things that build the tension in the story. Rule number 2, engage the mind, not just the body. In order to do this, you're going to have to put the reader into the mind of the character. And when you do that, you engage the senses. What is that character thinking? What is that character feeling? Do they feel the cool wind across their skin? Do they see what's going on in the room? Do they hear the outside sounds, the things, the forest, anything else that's going to contribute to that scene? What do they smell? These are things that excite the body of the reader in such a way that it builds that dramatic tension. Use your tongue. Use the voice of those characters to build the tension in the story. What is this character doing? Why are they doing it? How does their voice contribute to the action in the story? How does it build that tension? Remember that the reader is essentially blindfolded. They can't see what's going on. It's up to you, the writer, to fill in those details so that they can see it in their mind's eye, engaging that mind so that they can feel the action in the story. Rule number 3, make sure there's more than one resolution in your climax. Readers love this. There should be multiple obstacles for the character in your story to overcome. Don't make it too easy. Take your time. Put lots of obstacles in the way in such a way that the reader doesn't know exactly what's going on, where the next touch is going to come, where the next event that is going to build that tension, engaging the reader in such a way that they're looking forward to that climax. Do you have multiple points of view? These points of view should engage the reader in such a way that the reader knows what's going on, but the characters maybe don't. Perhaps some characters know what's going on and the other characters do not. Or one set of characters knows what's going on and the other characters knows what's going on. But if those facts come together, it creates that dramatic tension at the end of the story that makes a satisfying climax. Make sure that those conflicts are not just external, but also internal. What is going on in your character's head in such a way that they are learning and growing and building through the course of the story? If you can build that character up through the course of the story, it'll make that climax that much more satisfying. Number 4, secrets revealed. In the process of your story, there should be some mystery, some key element that the reader doesn't know, that all the plot points inside the story point to that particular event, that particular answer, and then when it comes at the climax of the book, it should be like a bombshell going off in the reader's mind in such a way that it makes that climax fantastic, mind-blowingly wonderful. So in summary, that's 1, keep them guessing. Where is that next sensation going to happen that is going to build the dramatic tension in your story? Number 2, engage the mind and the body. Build the tension in such a way with imagery and senses so that the reader is right there with you, building up the tension, getting into the story in such a way that they are fully invested by the end of the story. 3, make more than one resolution. There should be multiple plot points building towards the central climax in such a way that when you finally get there and you're building that tension and it's just about to go, it should be a beautiful release, a climax for your reader. And 4, a good climax should reveal some sort of secret about the story, the world that they live in, or the main character, something that they've been longing to know for the entire story. Hints given here and there in such a way that it builds that tension so that you have an epic climax at the end of the story. I hope you've enjoyed this stimulating conversation about climaxes. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I post weekly. If you have a topic you'd like for me to cover, message me on Facebook. Check out my series on Amazon. That's The Burning Sun by T.H. Leatherman. If you enjoyed this episode, like or comment below. Way down below. So long, fiction fans.